So next is NBC, and I lied earlier, and we are going to talk about something that doesn't have a premiere date yet, because by far the show that I'm most excited for that they have is new is just one that they haven't given a premiere date yet. It's the typical David Walton experience where it probably will get burned off over the summer, but it shouldn't because it's really good. It's about a boy, starring David Walton. It's from Jason Katims and Minnie Driver and Benjamin Stockham,
yeah.
and it's from Jason Katims, who does Parenthood, and it is a half an hour comedy, and yet it feels more like a drama. Like, there are moments that are very cute and that, definitely make you smile, make you laugh, but it's that typical Jason Katims, real emotion, real heart. You probably will end up crying at least once. And it is based on the story we all know, the Hugh Grant movie about David Walton plays a guy who is this typical single bachelor and this single mom, and her son moved next door, and the kid kind of takes a liking to him, and they bond. And I really like the relationship between the kid and David's character. I think that, I like that it's begrudging. I like that it's not quite Dennis the Menace begrudging, but it's, David's character clearly, like, just wants to do his thing, and this kid is a nuisance at first, but then he sees value in the kid, and he sees, like, all right, I can actually help him. And I like that a lot more than just your typical, banter with the kid's mom, which it's a big draw of the show, is the fact that, this kid is looking up to this stranger as a father figure, but he also kind of wants his mother to date him because she dates losers. I don't care so much about that yet. I mean, I think that maybe after I see more than just the pilot, I will start to care about it.
Right.
Because I really like Minnie Driver in the role. I think she's really good.
Yeah, she's really good.
But what I honestly like is just the surrogate father-son relationship. It's so different from what you see on most shows.
And it's so believable because it's not a. It does evolve faster than most pilots would.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it wasn't. I watched it and then rewatched it, and at no point do I go, this does not feel believable.
Right.
Like it's plausible. I think David and Benjamin sell it really well. They both seem to be at ease in the roles.
Yeah, and there's a nice passage of time in the pilot too, that, like, they don't. It's not like they try to force it over a day.
Right.
And I think I think it's just all around really smartly done. Like, I think everybody seems to know what they're doing, and like I said, I think it does lean a little more towards the dramatic stuff, the more sincere moments anyway, than it does the, like, really laugh out loud comedy.
In many ways, it feels more like a cable comedy, like a dramedy type thing that kind of passes as.
But I like that too, because I mean, like, NBC probably doesn't know what to do with it because it doesn't really fit. But, like, that's not a bad thing.
It's
an evolution for them in a way. It's going towards smarter things, smarter programming, and it's not something they should shy away from. I think that's just, they don't know where to put it right now, because what does it go with? Nothing else they have necessarily fits that.
It's unfortunate
aura.
Because in many ways, everyone is going to laugh, because I can hear it in my head already. It would have worked better last season. It would have worked well with, like, the go-ons or the new
I think it would have worked well with the Michael J. Fox show if the Michael J. Fox show is a little bit different.
Right.
Or if Sean Save the World still wasn't on.
Right. I mean, I feel like it's more of a. It's sweet, but there's also a level of cynical nature to it. But in a good way, not in a you're being just bratty and cynical. It's being cynical of the world, because the world isn't really always nice, and so I think that with
it's
show,
real,
right?
I think is the word you're looking for.
Yes, that too. But no, because they went broader this season, it doesn't necessarily fit in with their schedule, which is probably why we don't have a premiere date, and I'm not sure where they will put it at this point. But yeah, I mean, I think it's a really, really sweet show. I'm excited to see more. It's another show that I'm actually kind of, in a different way, that I'm glad there's less of, because I feel like you don't necessarily need to see 22 episodes of this. I'd like to see what they do with 13, so it's more of a, especially if they're going to do things with the passage of time, like let them grow, let them be, don't force them to come up with conflicts just so it's antics of the week.
Yeah, but I'm not so worried about that, even if they had a full season, because that's not really what Jason does. And like I know he's not.
I would say I don't know how
He's
involved
brought over
he
a lot of
is.
his parenthood writers, and that's
Right.
not what they do either. So I think that, I mean, that's partially why I'm so excited about the show, is just be like the people that are involved. I know I like what they do every week. And I know this is different because it is
Yes, it's a
comedy and it is
different
different
thing.
characters and it is a smaller scale because it is also many fewer characters than a show like Parenthood. But I like it so far.
Yeah.
So
So I like what I've seen.
yeah.
For sure.